Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. It's fancy coffee time. Look at you just waking up all gorgeous and shit. You don't need no Botox, no nothing, bitch. You're just beautiful. You know that? To all the fur baby mamas, the human mamas, all of us with these little crotch goblins, okay? I hope you have a magical day today. Very magical day. We celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. My husband surprised me. I got home from the gym and he was like, hey babe, for Mother's Day, I want to take you out to eat. And I was like, okay. And then after out to eat, he surprised, well, he told me the whole thing before we went to eat, but he was like, out to eat, mini golf, because it's my favorite, and then ice creams, because that's another one of my favorites that I don't get very often. And so we went and did all of those things. And then we came home, and I was like, best way, let's start a coffee. Best way for Mother's Day, like to celebrate, is to be in my favorite jammies, in my bed by 6 p.m. Goal accomplished. So I'm excited because I was just talking to a woman from a new gym I think I'm gonna go check out pretty soon. And they have some different classes, so that's exciting. Also, lots of like natural wellness things, right? Reiki, yoga, sound baths, things like that. So I'm gonna go check that out this week, and I'm so pumped. Oh, I gotta microwave this. What am I doing, Susan? And this gym actually is one that, like, I met the owner last year, and she hadn't opened it up yet, but she was telling me she was getting ready to, and I was like, cool. And then she messaged me last week, and we started talking, and it just so happens, like, right when she messaged me, I was in the process of making some decisions, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come check it out. So I'm gonna go check it out this week. I'm excited. So we came home, got in the jammies. My husband and I, what was it we watched? We tried to watch the new, the Bear thing, but I fell asleep during that. Definitely fell asleep during that. Before that, we watched something. Oh, we finished Daredevil, the new Daredevil season. Very good. Very good. And then Michael and Haley came upstairs, and they were like, hey, Mom, can we come see you? Because we were in the bedroom. They always check before they, Chef Mike, they always check before they come back in the bedroom, which is always a good idea. Of course we need water. We always need water, you know? So Michael and Haley brought me up my gift, and I was honestly surprised because they're getting ready to move. I did not expect anything from them, like at all. And so they brought me up my gifts, and that was so sweet. They got me some new pot holders and dish towels because I needed them. The dish towels Haley got me are really cool. They have like a scrubber on the opposite side. She said she got them from the dollar store. I was like, hell yeah, I've never... I mean, when I was little, I think we had some dish towels like this, but they were like really small. So these dish towels, and then I got matching pot holders with those. This one Michael picked out for me, and I love it. It's going on the collage today. Put on your positive pants. Ah, I love it. And then this is definitely my favorite that they got me. I just redid the living room, as you know. Green and gold is the accent color. Well, green is the wall color, gold's the accent color. Michael found this, and it's stunning. Look how beautiful. It's just... So that's going in the living room. I don't know where it's gonna go, but we're gonna figure it out. It's gonna look beautiful, and I loved it. And then he was like, sorry we couldn't get you much, Mom. And I was like, I wasn't expecting anything. You guys are getting ready to move. Like, there was zero expectation. All I wanted my son to say was Happy Mother's Day. That's it. Like, they got me a card, and I was just, my heart was so full. Because I even told my husband, I was like, I don't think they're gonna do anything for me for Mother's Day, and that's okay, because I want them to be okay. But then they did. And my heart. You guys, my nervous system has been on fire for over a week now. And my heart needed yesterday so bad. So bad. It has been... Ooh, filled it to the tippy top. It has been probably one of the worst weeks I've had in a while. And my therapist told me how proud she is of me. That's great. I think sometimes we claim to understand mental health, but we really don't. And when people are doing things to better their mental health, or people that are survivors of extremely horrible things in their life, people that have CPTSD, people that suffer with PTSD, anxiety, all of those things, we claim to understand them. But then when somebody is doing the work and putting down boundaries and expressing themselves and doing the things that we're taught to do to create a healthy environment of one's own self, it slaps you in the face. It slaps you in the face. And one thing I've learned through my therapy is the only person's opinion I have to care about is my own. And I know personally that when we're hurt, a lot of times we react. And it's natural. But when we react and then we continuously react without like trying to have a discussion, there's too much there sometimes. And you just gotta walk away. I'm finding a new gym. To anybody who is at my gym, I love you. I'll still be coming to step class, but I am going to a new gym. And it's a very hard decision for me to make. Very, very hard, because I love the members of my gym. But it's something that I have to do. I have to make sure where I am aligned in my soul. And when things like that start changing and I start seeing things where I feel like this isn't where I need to be, I have to make the decision to step away. And that's really, 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 really hard for me to do. Because part of me with my history is that I always feel like my worth is equated in loyalty. Not always, but a lot of times. And I feel like if I'm loyal to others, they'll give that back to me. And that's not how real life works. It's so far from that. I have always felt bad about choosing myself. I've always had guilt for choosing myself. And I'm finally at a place now where I don't have to have that. I can choose me and know that I'm moving forward in a positive direction because I am the person living this life. My happiness is what matters. Not what other people think of me, not what other people say about me. What I think of me is the only thing that matters. Like I said, still be going to step class. Yesterday I walked into step class and no one knew that I thought that was going to be my last step class ever at that gym. And after step, I was talking to a friend at the gym, and I was like, do you ever feel energy that's just whack and you don't know if it's just you or if that energy is really there? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, that's how I feel here. And she's like, I get it. And she was like, you got to protect your peace. You know, I told her a little bit of what I was going through, not very much. And she was like, Desiree, like, no one's going to hate you for choosing you. And even if people do hate me for that, like, I have to learn to be okay with that. And that's a part of complex PTSD, is like, no matter what we do in our brain, it's still wired to react a certain way. It's still wired with the trauma. And I'm telling you this because I have been doing trauma therapy for over a year. And sometimes I get so exhausted doing the work, but then still having the same triggers, still having the same loop of obsessive thinking, still having the knot in your chest, the anxiety. And it's hard not to get frustrated with yourself. But my thinking on this is that I feel like the reason why I'm at where I'm at right now is the universe gave me a playbook. And they were like, hey, we're going to see how you handle this one. We're going to see how you handle this because I'm going to see if you're breaking your pattern. I'm proud to say I proved the universe that I broke the pattern. And it was hard. It's a hard decision to make. But you have to be where you're aligned. And when I start seeing signs of misalignment, I'll step back and just observe. Be like, is it in my head or am I truly seeing what I'm seeing? I took a step back and I saw things that just don't align with me. And it hurts. There's, everyone at that gym, they're truly just amazing and inspiring, and I just can't be there anymore. I'm just gonna go to step class, that's it. And as long as I'm welcome. If I'm not welcome at step class, that's fine. I can do them at home. But I have to choose me. My peace is the only thing that matters. And, some shit went down last week and there was one person that did not bother to reach out, did not bother to talk to me. I ran into him at Sam's Club and it was so fucking awkward and uncomfortable. That was the last interaction I needed with that person to tell me what my soul already knew. It's hard to walk away, but you have to choose you. Am I uncomfortable knowing that I have to go to a new gym and meet new people and Do it all over again? Fuck yes. I don't want to, but I have to. Because when you walk into a building and you feel the shift, you can't keep putting yourself in that building because you're hurting yourself. You're harming this up here. And no, I am not what happened to me. I am a survivor of a lot of things. I have struggled my entire life with toxic relationships, repeated patterns, things of that nature in terms of like making bad decisions and who you bring around you. But mine was always related to I needed to feel love. I needed to give other people the love that was never given to me. And you put it out there, and it's hard to be vulnerable here, especially when you're vulnerable to people that you love, and then they start like vague booking against you and talking shit, and everybody's in the comments like not mentioning your name, but they're talking about you. Those people do not understand mental health because they only understand their version of mental health or what they think somebody with mental health problems or issues, struggles should do. Your opinion is not every single person is different. Every single trauma is processed different. So no one's gonna tell me to get the fuck over it or not be who I am, or your problems aren't who hurt or aren't what hurt you. It doesn't matter if the vague booking was about me or not. What I saw in the vague booking posts was enough to show me that you don't understand people. And your way is the only way of things to be looked at. And that's not... I want to be around people who can handle growth in every aspect, not just in the gym. I need people, if something is pointed out to them, to have a level of accountability and understanding in their mind that will help them towards growth. I don't want to be around people that can't understand how their actions impact others. I want this page to be filled with love. I hold myself accountable. If I say something stupid or do something stupid, I will be the first person to apologize, make a post about it. There was one time I called a dip crack chicken dip, and someone in recovery messaged me and said, hey, I understand that my triggers aren't your triggers, but that is offensive to me. Because when you call it crack chicken, you're immediately notating that it's addictive. And I was like, okay, I've never called that recipe crack chicken since then. Because I know I don't want to hurt people. I want my message to resonate. I want to be able to help people. I want my growth and my journey to help put others on the path to theirs. And if people have a problem with that, I'm not aligned with you. I'm not. I'm the realest bitch. They can call me fake. They can say whatever they want. I know who I am. It's taken me a very long time to get there. And you're not, because I called you on some shit, you're not gonna come for me. If we're gonna talk about growth, we should look at growth in every aspect, not just muscles. 3 things I'm grateful for. My family, my kids, my husband, being a mom, beyond grateful for that. 2nd thing I'm grateful for, my courage. Knowing that I can walk away with love in my heart and choose me. 3rd thing I'm grateful for, pattern recognition. I'm 40 years old, and I just figured out the pattern. I spotted the pattern, and now I move forward breaking that pattern, protecting my peace, using something as simple as a circle chart with different colors to align people in my life of where they belong. I'm grateful for that. 4th thing I'm grateful for is therapy, because my therapist is never afraid to call me on my shit. That's one thing. She will check me if I need checked. But she also helps me figure out the parts of here that I get frustrated with because of things that I experienced in life I had 0 control over, but my body had the trauma after it was done. Okay? I'm very grateful for my therapist. Her and I, we having a lot of discussion Tuesday. And she's probably gonna tell me she's proud of me like a million times. This morning I had to do and make decisions to calm my nervous system, as I've not been sleeping well. My heart has been heavy. I've probably cried more this week than I have in a very long time. I have no ill will towards anyone, but it's time for me to move on. So today, Mother's Day 2026, I'm choosing me again in a new form. And it hurts and it's hard, but this is what making healthy decisions looks like. It's never easy. When I made that decision this morning, I felt instant relief. And when you feel relief, you know you made the right one. I hope you have a happy Mother's Day. If you're not celebrating Mother's Day today, I just hope you have a happy day. I'm gonna get dressed. Well, I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna get dressed, and we're going off into the forest for the day. And I can't wait. Okay, love you. Bye.